Here now with All-Pro defensive end Chandler Jones, and I don't need to tell you this, 6 years in Arizona. You went to the playoffs last year as a Cardinal. Has this week been a little more emotion? I imagine a lot more emotion getting ready for this week than others.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say too emotional, honestly. But when we did go through the scouting report this week, it was a little weird, talking about some of the players that are really good friends of mine. I never thought that I would be actually lining up to go against them. Well, not any more in my career. So it's been pretty fun, honestly. And I've been having the opportunity to kind of help my coaches with the scouting, and because I have, like you said, 6 years there. So it's been fun.
So that was my next question. I mean, Vance Joseph's defense. Yep. You've lined up across from Kyler Murray. You've seen him up close and personal. Have you been very involved? And have they come to you and said, hey, what do you know? Yes,
I've been letting them know everything that I know. I've been an open book, honestly. But going back to Kyler, he's very unique. He's a guy that's really hard to emulate, like what he does. He's very fast. He has a very strong arm. So we have our hands full this weekend, and hopefully we can get after him.
So focusing on just containing him is probably the number one task?
Number one task is containing Kyler Murray.
Give me a scouting report over on the Cardinals defense, because we look from the outside in and we say, okay, probably no J.J. Watt. You're not there anymore. So who does Josh McDaniels circle on that defense, and who needs to be accounted for?
Well, personally, I think they still have some good pass rushers. Marcus Golden, he plays very, very hard. Dennis Gardeck, he's a guy that, he doesn't get a lot of national attention, but he's a top pass rusher, and I've been a fan of Dennis since he became a Cardinal. And they have a few young guys that play pretty well. So we'll see what happens on Sunday, but they have some playmakers in their defenses still.
A lot of people are excited about you and Maxx the second that you came to the Raiders. What makes Maxx so special?
Maxx is a guy that loves football. He's a guy that's doing the extra, and like I'd say in every interview, I wish I knew what he knows now at his age. I think he just turned 25, but he prepares himself like he's a 11-year vet. So he's a player that just really loves football.
Do you feel like Raider Nation is just sitting there waiting for it? Because I feel like everybody's just sitting there going, they're going to get it. They're getting close. I mean, once they do it, do you feel like that is what it takes for this defense? The goal is to get deep into the playoffs, right? Is that what is going to define this defense, the ability to make those big, game-changing, offensive-crushing plays?
Yeah, I feel like that's what makes this team, to be honest with you. Yeah. When you talk about winning a football game, it's all about winning the turnover margin. Less turnovers on offense and more creating turnovers on defense. And like I said, we are so excited to actually play in front of Raider Nation for the first time. I'm excited, and I feel like they travel well. I heard them over in California, but I can't even imagine what it's going to be like here this Sunday.
What do you think of them so far? You see all those masks and the paint and everything?
I love it. I think it's one of the best fan base that I've been a part of, and the season hasn't really even started yet. We have a long season, but from what I hear, Raider Nation is the team you want to be on, the Raiders.
It'll be rocking for sure. You guys did a great job, and it was kind of an underreported story of stopping the run week one against a team that has a guy named Austin Eckler, just 85 total yards you gave up on the ground. You know that backfield of the Arizona Cardinals? I'm sure you're friends with some of them. Now James Conner's just over there. How different do you think the backfield's going to look without Chase Edmonds?
Not too much different. They still have a lot of speed on their backfield. Chase was the speed back, the scat back. They would throw the ball to him. But James and Eno Benjamin, those guys are tough runners. They're heavy. They're hard to tackle. But I think players like that, you just have to swarm tackle. We need 11 guys to the ball, and we can get them down.
One last question. Hollywood Brown wasn't there. He just joined over from the Ravens. He's a speedy guy. He has that connection with Kyler Murray that Derek and Devontae have. They go back to college together. But he didn't really show up a lot in that game against the Chiefs. He was held to just 4 receptions for 46 yards. Do you expect him to be more of a factor, more of a threat in this game?
I'm sure he will. And like I said, for everyone, it was just week one. And I feel like guys are just, even though Devontae and Derek, they've shared college teams just like Kyler and Hollywood, I feel like they still need some time to gel. And, I think he probably will be used more, and he will get more targets and touches. So we have to be ready for him, because Hollywood Brown is very dangerous, especially if he gets the ball in his hands.
Has anybody ever told you you look good in black?
Yes, I have. Thank you. I appreciate that. Black is actually my favorite color.
Really? It looks great on you. You fit in very well.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. Best of luck in week 2 going up against your old team. Enjoy every moment.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.